quick update on the hearing at the Madras High Court before the two-judge bench in Madurai on the Tirupparangundram Deepam case. The counsels for the temple and the Dargah on top of the hill concluded their arguments today. The counsel for the Dargah contended that the single judge who ordered the lighting of the lamp near the Dargah did not give it adequate opportunity to argue its case. The state government and the HRNC department have argued that there is no proof that the pillar near the Dargah was meant for the lighting of lamps and that the pillar next to the temple, which bears the Nayakar kingdom emblem, is the only one meant for lighting of the sacred lamp, as has been followed for hundreds of years. While historically the Deepam was lit at the pillar next to the temple, the dispute erupted after Justice Swaminathan of the Madras High Court's Madurai bench ruled in favor of a petition demanding the lighting of the lamp in the pillar right next to the Dargah on the top of the hill. The Tamil Nadu government had challenged that order before a two-judge bench. Sam Daniel joins me live. Sam, give us an overview of the arguments that were made before the two-judge bench, Madurai bench of the Madras High Court, and also what's left as far as the case is concerned.
Virirago, so far the temple administration, the Dargah and the Tamil Nadu government in a sense have concluded their arguments, and tomorrow the Waqf board and the police will continue the arguments, and chances are there could be orders on Wednesday just before the single judge, Justice G.R. Swaminathan would listen or would hear the contempt plea. To begin with, the Tamil Nadu government argues that the petitioner does not have any locus standi to demand that the Deepam ought to be lit on top of the pillar near the Dargah. The temple administration argues that there is no conclusive evidence to prove that the pillar is a Deepadoon or something that ought to be used for lighting the lamp. They argue that only the pillar that's near the Uchippalliyar temple, where for more than a century the lighting of Deepam is going on, that has the emblem of the Nayak era. In their view, clearly proving that that's the official Deepam pillar. And the one on top of the hill next to the Dargah, they believe is a boundary stone, perhaps used by the summoner saints many centuries ago who lived on the hilltop to light Deepam when they lived on the hilltop. And the Dargah argues that they've been given a raw deal. They weren't given enough opportunity to present their arguments. Secondly, they say when in the issue of permission to offer animal sacrifice in the Dargah, the High Court wanted them to approach the civil court to establish their rights. In the case of the pillar, the High Court chose to decide by itself instead of asking the petitioner to move the civil court. And in this sense, they see that there is double standard, and the court would now hear the arguments to be put forth by the police and the Waqf board tomorrow, based on which, if it's a favorable verdict for the petitioner, then the contempt plea would hold on. If there's going to be a kind of a split verdict or a clear case of overruling, then it could be trouble for the Tamil Nadu government. In that sense, the arguments would continue, and then they may have to move the Supreme Court to get relief.
It's not just trouble for the Tamil Nadu government. The issue itself would depend on the judgment that's coming out, both out of this two-judge bench of the Madras High Court in Madurai, and also, Sam, more importantly, that contempt petition that's filed before the apex court by the Madurai collector for not obeying the order of the single-judge bench. We'll keep a close watch. The reason we're getting every update is because it's a closely watched case. Sam will keep a close watch of the developments in that case.